Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy Solution. Today is what is today? Oh, today is Monday. How do I forget this? Today's Monday, a little windy, a little cold out there, but it's a great day anyway. Guys, I wanted to get on here today and this video here is more of a training module video for my clients that are following my weight loss program. Especially for those of you that have now entered into the second level of your weight loss journey on the program, that you're now doing the alternate day fasting protocol 1. What I'm going to talk about today, guys, is an update of Emily and I doing our alternate day fasting protocol 2. Now, what this protocol is designed for is for those of you that have already reached your body fat or weight loss goals. You now want to get to the next level, and you're looking to add more lean muscle to your frame. And you're looking to get off that. Really, there's some white fat in between your skin and your abs, or your skin and your buttocks, or your skin and your hips. There's some little white, they call it visceral fat, sitting there that kind of likes to linger on. And so it's a little harder to get off, and it takes a little more time. That's why when you start a program like we offer, your overall goal should be 12 months. That should be your overall goal. What we're doing is laying the foundation down, you guys, for you guys in the 8-week program and in the 12-week program to get you bump started and to get you educated and to give you structure and, of course, good examples of meals that you could do this for the rest of your life. But you really need to set a long-term goal of 12 months if you really want to get to where you want to go. Of course, a lot of people are getting there much faster than that because they're very consistent and they're very coachable. But the fact is that we came up with this alternate day fasting protocol 2 is because of Emily and I are now, we've reached our body fat goal. We're very lean, and we are adding lean muscle. But we're looking to add more lean muscle at our elder age, or being seniors. And so those of you that have heard from your friends or family members that because you're a certain age, 50, 60, 70, or 80, it's a little too late for you to get in the best shape of your life. Well, that's a bunch of BS, because it's not. Science has already proved that to be wrong, and plus we have proved it to be wrong too. But we have the tools and the education, and we're both accountable to each other, and that's where most people fail, because they don't have structure, they don't have the accountability, they don't have the education. And even, because we all are going to go through a plateau phase, and so we need to learn how to get out of that, and you're going to need help. And you're going to need to know what the root cause is for the reason why you guys have belly fat or hip fat or whatever you got, whatever issues. But in our program, in our weight loss program, we got 3 protocols. The first protocol is called the Primal Eating Beginners. And what I'm doing is, most of you have been carboholics for a long time. So for the first couple of weeks, we need to teach the body to get away from burning sugar or carbohydrates as its primary fuel to actually burning fat. And you can't do that just by jumping in and doing it. You got to go through steps, and that's where the Primal Eating Beginners start. It puts you on meal plans that are designed to switch your body to burning fats. And once we get your body acclimated to that, then we're going to put you into the alternate day fasting protocol 1, which is where you're going to see the magic and where the best health benefits are besides losing the body fat or belly fat. But this is the next phase. And what this is going to do is going to teach you how to actually burn your own stored body fat. Not burn the fat from the foods you're eating, but we are going to burn your own body fat for a period of time. And so this next, the alternate day fasting protocol 1 is designed to get you acclimated to do longer fasting without any issues, and to control the hormones that are causing you to store fat, and to escalate the hormones that are designed to depress your appetite so that you can do the longer fasting. Now, doesn't it make sense? If you're not eating any calories at all for 16, 18, 20, or 24 hours, or when you really get to the next level, doesn't it make sense that if there's no more sugar in the liver for your body to burn as fuel to survive throughout the day, the body has to get food from somewhere, and you guys, most of you guys that are watching this probably have plenty of food stashed away in your bank account, which is your fat cells, right? I'm sure you do. So doesn't it make sense that if you actually dip into that bank account with all that food and fat, that you would start losing inches in body fat? Well, absolutely, and science has been showing us this for a while, but we just haven't paid attention to it. And so that's what alternate day fasting number 2 is your third level to get off that really hard to get off last few bits of that white fat, they call it, in between your skin and your abs or your hips, and to actually get more definition in your abs, and so that your muscle tone will come out even more, because you'll see more of the definition in your muscle mass because you're losing that excess body fat that's sitting around or that just has a hard time coming off. And by doing the alternate day fasting number 2, we're focusing on adding lean muscle, not so much losing weight. We don't focus on that anymore because we're down to our weight we want to be. But we're focusing on adding the lean muscle, because by adding more lean muscle progressively over time, what does that do to the metabolism, and what does it do to the body fat? Well, it's always been known for decades that by adding lean muscle, you're going to burn off that excess body fat. That's been known for decades. And so and by adding lean muscle, you're also going to be ramping up the metabolism, which is going to keep your energy level high. It'll keep activated your hormones that are known to actually help you to add lean muscle. And then, of course, the metabolic changes in your body when it comes to hormones, because the focus is to get that hormone, that growth hormone, way, way up there throughout the day. And that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for it to be up and down. We're looking for it to be up there all the time. And so that's what's going to keep you guys who are looking to slow premature aging as well. That's one of the biggest benefits out there. That's what we're looking for. And so that's what alternate fasting 2 does. So like I said, this is a training video for my clients that are already going through the process, so they know what their third level is. And this is all science-backed too, guys. So for us, we've been doing the alternate day fasting protocol 2 now for almost a month now, and I'm very encouraged by what it's doing to us. We're increasing our strength probably every couple of weeks by a few pounds, and we're documenting it, because that's the only way you're going to know, if you document your workout every single day. And Emily and I have both. This is both of us, and this is why this research I'm doing right now is so beneficial, is because I'm using a male and a female, and we're old. We're both in our mid and over 60 years old, so we're perfect candidates for this. To prove that you're not too old to lose that belly fat and to get abs. But I'm super encouraged with it so far, and I'm going to use it. Most likely, this will be part of my lifestyle for the rest of my life. But I will do. Now, this is what I've done. In the alternate day fasting, guys, we've added some low glycemic starchy foods. If you Google low glycemic starchy foods, you'll get sweet potatoes, yams, you'll get oatmeal, you'll get the fruit berries, stuff like that. So that's what we've basically done. We've added those moderately into our diet on our non-fasting days. Like the program says, it's alternate day fasting. So I don't recommend anybody that is looking to add lean muscle to ever do prolonged fastings every single day right now. Now, prolonged fasting has got its place. For those of you that are way overweight or have type 2 diabetes or obesity, or you need to lose 200-300 pounds, that prolonged fasting 3 or 4 times in a row is warranted. And you can do it because you've got plenty of food sitting in that fat cells. But you need to get it down because there's so many medical health issues caused by type 2 diabetes long term and obesity that you could have a heart attack or you could get kidney failure very easily. So yes, you do need to get that weight off quickly with the right protocol. But for us, what we've done, like today, I had 4 eggs fried, I had 4 pieces of bacon, and I had about a half a cup of cooked oatmeal with some cinnamon and salt in it. So that was my starch for the day. That was my post meal, because those of you that follow me know that Emily and I, we always work out on a fasted state, and we work out from 10:30 to about 11:30. We haven't eaten breakfast. Probably our breakfast starts at 12. We call it breakfast at 12. And it doesn't matter when you have your first meal when you're fasting, because no matter what, it's always going to be what? Breakfast. So you're breaking your fast, right? So that's why it's called breakfast, but we don't have it at 7 or 8 or 9 in the morning. We haven't had that for years, and the reason for that is that's how we're maintaining such a lean, our lean body and keeping the body fat off, and that's why we both have abs that we haven't been able to keep on. Now, it's been the easiest way to keep ourselves lean. I've never been able to keep my abs the way they are today, long term, because I was never taught this. We weren't taught this in school at all, but it's been around. It's nothing new. We just haven't been shown this. So we've been doing it for a while now. But, and so I might have a low glycemic either sourdough bread, or I might have our sourdough toast or rye at 2 or 3 o'clock for a snack with maybe a 4-ounce piece of chicken with some mustard on it. Now this is where most of the people are making mistakes. So, and I'm going to do a training video on this, you guys, probably sometime at the end of the week, and I'll post it when I'm going to do it. But breaking your fast, when you're breaking your fast, say your post-meal fast, okay? So you're coming off of a 18-hour fast or 19-hour fast, and you just got done working out hard, and so you come home, and by the time you guys are eating, you probably haven't had anything for an hour after you're done eating, and then you're going to break your fast. Well, guys, this is where most people make mistakes, is they combine good dietary fat with a high glycemic starchy food. Now, listen to what I just said. I'm calling it high glycemic starchy food. I didn't call it low glycemic, although I do not add any extra fat to my meal when I'm doing a low glycemic food like oatmeal, which means that during my normal eating, if I'm doing a post meal, which is a high dietary fat, a primal eating, that's what it is, my ketogenic diet, I'll always add extra fat to my meal, like MCT oil, olive oil, baked almond, something like that, avocados, and things like that. But when I'm doing a low glycemic starch, I prefer not to add any extra fat. I'm only getting the fat that's in the eggs and the bacon, and then I'm having the oatmeal, and I'm not going to add MCT oil or olive oil or baked nuts or anything like that, because I know what happens on the internal of the body when you mix a high glycemic starchy food like white potatoes or rice or pastas or regular or high glycemic breads, and you mix it with fat. I know what happens. You see, fat and insulin, they don't mix. What happens is that when you break your fast, you're very insulin sensitive, very, because you've been fasting for 18 hours. You haven't had any calories for 18 hours, and especially of those you guys are doing my alternate day fasting protocol 1, who are now at your 12 or 24-hour mark on your fasting day. When you break your fast, you're very insulin sensitive, which means that when you eat, the pancreas is going to secrete insulin into your cell, and you're going to absorb everything that you've eaten at that meal, everything. Okay, do you see where I'm getting at this picture? And so what happens is if you mix good dietary fat with a high glycemic starchy carb, not only are you going to spike your insulin way the heck up there, but you're also going to spike a certain hormone that's going to spike it twice in a row, and you're going to not only suck in the glucose in those cells, but you're also going to suck in the fat you ate, and then your cell is too full, and guess where the fat's going to go? And the excess sugar. It's going to go right into your stored fat that you just burned off for 24 hours. You see? This is not me. This is all science. This is something most people don't know. And most nutritionists and doctors don't even know it. But we do. And so we're passing it on to our clients. And so what you want to do, guys, is you don't want to ever mix any of your good dietary fat with a meal that you're doing a high glycemic. And you can go to Google high glycemic foods, and it'll tell you. All your processed foods, all your boxed foods, all your cereals, everything that's processed is all high glycemic. That's the bottom line. You need to stick to the low glycemic organic oatmeal, and low glycemic, brown rice is low glycemic. There's certain beans that are low glycemic. You just gotta know which ones they are. So, but that's what the biggest mistake people make. And so I want to make sure that those of you that do eventually go on to my alternate day fasting protocol 2, that all your starches have to be low glycemic when you pick them. Now, my last meal of the day, guys, I'm always doing it lean and primal. Always plant-based. That's my last meal. Now, can I do if I'm on the alternate day fasting protocol 2, and I want to have a last meal and say I want some brown rice or quinoa or a sweet potato or a yam or something low glycemic, can I have that? Yes, you can, moderately. We prefer not to, and this is why. Because we're looking to burn our own body fat while we're asleep. So if we're sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, we want to be burning our own body fat to maintain our leanness so that we can enjoy comfort food somewhere down the line, okay? And so for tonight, tomorrow morning, Emily and I are actually going to do we're going to do a 42-hour fast, which is going to be our second one in the last 2 weeks. And I just want to see how I felt. I mean, I feel great. I feel better when I'm fasting 24 hours or longer, especially when I'm exercising. I feel strong. But we're going to go ahead and do a 42-hour on Tuesday. But tonight, I'm going to have my last meal, and it's going to be a primal or a ketogenic meal like you guys know it as. And I am going to add some dietary fat to it. I'll probably do 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I like to mix it up. Sometimes I don't do MCT oil, I do olive oil. I like to mix it up all the time. I'll probably add 8 or 10 baked almonds to it, or I've got a can of fresh olives I might put on my greens. I'm definitely going to have, tonight I'm going to have a whole avocado, medium, so I'll have that, and then I'll have a lean meat. Okay, I'm not going to go with a high-fat meat. I'm going to go with a lean meat, lean chicken breast, organic, pasture-raised, or a very lean red meat, always pasture-raised. Now, see, when you guys go on our protocols, all 3 of them, you're going to lower your grocery bill. It's going to, because you're you're doing some intermittent fasting, you're not eating, right? So you can afford to buy the organic pasture-raised meats, guys, and fish, and wild fish. No excuses why you can't, because you're saving money anyway. So you can get away from that crappy hormonal, antibiotic full of GMO food meat that is causing your body to be acidic and sick, and going to the organic pasture-raised foods. You guys can do that. Okay, guys. So, guys, that's my update. So, Emily and I are definitely seeing some great progress coming to our strength. We're obviously adding some lean muscle because of our, if you look at our documentation, we're adding more weights to each body part. And obviously, you guys have seen one of Emily's training videos on how she exercises, and look how lean, and look at the muscle tone she has. You just don't. That's not genetics, guys. No, that's just that's her lifestyle. That's how she got that way. And remember now, she's in her mid-60s, so don't let that age be your excuse. Now, the only way that you could fail at these protocols, because they're backed by science, is by quitting. That's the only way you're going to fail. If you do a long-term, 12 months, you're going to do this, and you learn in the 8-week program and the 12-week program our tools and the protocols, and you keep doing them even after you leave us, you are going to make some humongous changes in your composition of your body. That's just a no-brainer. I mean, come on, if you don't eat, you're going to lose the body fat, right? How much simpler is that? Besides that, food is no longer going to run your life. And besides that, you're going to control the hormones that are causing the issues. Plus, you're going to activate the hormones that you won't have an appetite. Sometimes you may have to force yourself to eat because you're just not hungry. And you know what's really cool? Is the primal food meals, or the meals, they taste good. I mean, I don't know too many people out there that don't like bacon. And that's one of our main courses in a lot of our meals, is bacon. And if those of you that think, well, that's too high fat, yeah, I'm going to get fat. I'm down to my 7th grade weight at 173.2, and I'm almost up to where I was when I was 209 training for competition at my lifting. Almost there. I'll probably hit there the next 4 or 5 months. I may get to my maxes where I was when I was 209. So that's all a myth too. So we broke all that stuff. So guys, you need to put this in in a file in your PC, so that when you do go to the intermittent fasting protocol 2, you can refer back to this training module and what it's all about and how to do it, especially when you are now doing carbs. Now, I do want to mention one thing. I do a protein drink, and you guys know when I'm doing the protocol alternate day fasting 1, my protein drinks are very high fat. You know what? I mean, you just have to refer back to my cookbook, look at the protein drink. I put a lot of fat in there. Well, now that I'm on the alternate day fasting part 2, I am adding a half a cup of raw oatmeal to my protein drink when I have it, but I'm not adding any of the other fats to it. No MCT oil, no olive oil, no coconut cream, no peanut butter. I'm not adding any of that, but I am adding a 1/4 cup of frozen mixed berries as part of my carbs. Now, frozen mixed berries, once your body gets completely rooted in fat adaptation, all you got to do is go back to my training module on the ultimate goal is to get into fat adaptation. When you understand what you're trying to do here, then this is why we are able to add more starches to our meals 3 days a week, and why we're able to add the low glycemic berries to my protein drinks whenever I have them, because we are very rooted in fat adaptation. So after the insulin is, you are gonna spike your insulin a little bit with the starches you've had, but not like a high glycemic starch, not even close. You are gonna come right back down into nutritional ketosis very fast. And that's what we're looking to, but we're adding more calories and we're adding more good low glycemic carbs for our energy to push us even past the point of training really hard and for recovery and to add lean muscle. Okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little training module. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me the questions you have to go further on this. Those of you that aren't on my YouTube channel, you can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it. And those of you that are in my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group, you definitely want to join that, because I do have free downloads and videos there on certain trainings. And I'm putting in some of my fat burning recipes, and I'm even put in one of my secret drinks that will help promote more fat burning while you're asleep. How cool is that one? Okay, guys? So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you sometime this week. And I'm going to talk about the breaking the fast and starchy carbs, a little more detail in that. Okay, guys? Have a great day. Bye.